For over a decade, real estate has been the most favored investment project for residents of mainland China. However, in recent years, the real estate market has continued to decline, with housing prices in many cities even experiencing a drastic drop. In order to promote sales, real estate developers and agents have come up with various strange tactics, including setting up scams to trick consumers into buying houses. Scam 1. Get a free house if you fall in love. This is a very novel scam that specializes in targeting single women who are looking for marriage. Nowadays, houses in many cities can't be sold, and developers don't want to lower the price directly. So how can you sell your house legally without losing money? This has given rise to a peculiar industry chain. The specific approach involves recruiting a large number of young, attractive men. These men are then sent to the dating market or websites to find single women to date. After a period of dating, they tell the girl that once the relationship is confirmed, the man will buy a house. The man pays the down payment while the woman is responsible for the monthly mortgage payments. Moreover, the property ownership will be registered solely under the girl's name. Such an offer sounds appealing to almost anyone. Once the girl agrees, the young man will take her to a partnered real estate developer, and then the scam begins. If they choose a property priced at RMB 1.2 million, they agree that a down payment of RMB 200,000 is required. At this point, the developer will transfer the RMB 200,000 in cash to the young man, while the remaining RMB 1 million will be paid by the girl through a bank mortgage loan. The girl is initially excited to start a new life with the man. However, once all the procedures are completed, the man will make up some excuse to break up with her. The young man will then use the same method to scam the next girl. If he scams several girls in a month, he can earn hundreds of thousands in commission from the developer, while the girl is left with a 30-year mortgage. Scam 2. The company gives away free houses. This means that once a new employee is hired by the company, they will receive a house for free. Do you believe it? This is currently one of the most surprising real estate scams. Have you ever imagined this scenario? You just started working at a new company, and the company buys you a house. How would that make you feel? Many fresh graduates or young professionals would likely think the company is amazing, but if you feel that way, you need to be cautious. Recently, a company in Shenzhen introduced a wealth-sharing plan to its employees. Under this plan, employees don't need to spend a penny. Instead, the company uses the employee's name to take out a loan to buy a house. The monthly mortgage payments are covered by the company, and the property ownership belongs entirely to the employee. For an ordinary person, it's nearly impossible to afford a house in Shenzhen, even after working hard for 20 years. Could you resist such an enticing offer, especially for young people who have just entered the workforce? But have you ever wondered why the company values you so much? What makes you deserving of the house? There's only one explanation: you don't have a history of bad loans or poor personal credit records. Here's how the process works. After buying the house, the company will use it for secondary mortgages, consumer loans, renovation loans, and more. Through these methods, the total value of the property is significantly overdrawn. For example, on a house with a loan of RMB 1 million, these techniques allow the company to extract over RMB 2 million from financial institutions. This is just the beginning. The company will also help you register a company in your name, with all the funds from the mortgage loans going into this company. However, as the company operates, you will gradually find that it has incurred severe losses, eventually becomes insolvent, and goes into bankruptcy liquidation. What do you have to repay? There's no way out. In the end, the house bought by the company will be auctioned off, and you will end up on a personal credit records blacklist. I hope more people can see through this scam. Scam 3. Buying a house while traveling. Have you ever heard of your parents going on a trip and returning home with a 10-year mortgage? After my parents went on vacation, they surprisingly took on a 10-year mortgage, which was shocking. Recently, many elderly people have been joining low-cost tour groups to save money, thinking they were getting a good deal. However, during the trips, they were forced to purchase properties in foreign locations, ending up with heavy mortgages. A family from Hebei is a typical example of this situation. Liu Liang's mother joined a low-priced tour group that only cost RMB 2,400 per person. During the trip, she was persuaded by local real estate salespeople to buy a seaside property, signing a 10-year mortgage contract. She paid part of the down payment totaling RMB 30,000 and used the family's wine collection to offset part of the cost, spending a total of RMB 70,000. Later, Liu Liang discovered that the actual price of the Seaview property was only RMB 1,000 per square meter, while his mother bought it for over RMB 6,000 per square meter. In order to minimize losses, Liu Liang urgently cancelled his mother's bank loan, but even so, she still lost RMB 70,000. I just wanted to let my parents see the ocean, but they ended up buying a suite. This happened to Miss Dai's family in Jiangsu. Miss Dai explained that her parents had never seen the sea and wanted to go see it. Coincidentally, their insurance company was offering a very affordable tour package, only RMB 200 per person. The tour was led by employees of the insurance company and took the group to Weihai in Shandong province. After arriving in Weihai, the tour group only made a brief stop at the beach, and then the elderly participants were taken to look at apartments in a local property development. Initially, the old people's brains were very clear, and after a lengthy introduction from the salesperson, they didn't make any purchases. As a result, the developers took the seniors out for seafood and drinks. While everyone was enjoying themselves, the salesperson kept encouraging them to buy. Eventually, Miss Dai's parents decided to purchase an apartment, paying RMB 165,000 as a down payment for a Seaview apartment priced at RMB 400,000, and signed the purchase contract. Afterwards, Miss Dai expressed difficulty in accepting the situation, believing that her parents had been set up and acted impulsively under the influence of alcohol and misleading information from the sales agent when buying the house. She hopes the developer can refund the payment. However, the developer responded that if a refund is to be issued, a penalty fee of 40% of the purchase price must be paid, totaling RMB 160,000. Miss Dai has already reported the situation to relevant government agencies, such as the Housing Construction Department, but the issue hasn't yet been resolved. Scam 4. Buying a house has surprisingly become like buying a membership. My friend was recently scammed by a developer. He thought he was buying a house in Hainan, but later discovered that he didn't meet the purchasing policies in Hainan and was actually ineligible to buy a house. He wanted a refund, only to find out that what he had signed wasn't a purchase property contract but a membership card costing over 1.9 million. The developer claimed that the benefit of this membership card was that it would give him a house. This is essentially a perfect scam, evading housing policies and legal responsibilities. He sought help from the Housing Management Bureau, but they said it was just a membership card, not a purchase contract, and had nothing to do with buying a house, so they couldn't help him. He then went to the sales office to try to return the card, but they said that the membership card was non-refundable, and as a result, he couldn't get back the over RMB 500,000 he had already paid as a down payment. He thought he was buying a house, but in the end, he just spent a lot of money on a worthless membership card. Scam 5. Buying a house but being unable to live in it. Recently, a new housing scam has emerged in Guangzhou. Even if you purchase a second-hand house and the property certificate has been transferred to your name, you may find yourself unable to move in. So, what is going on? It turns out that the seller set up a right of residence on the property before selling it. According to Article 366 of the Civil Code, a person with the right of residence can use and occupy someone else's residence without violating the contract. In other words, even if you have bought the house and the property certificate is in your name, you fully own the property. However, if the seller retains the right of residence, it means they can continue to live in the house until the right expires. Many sellers exploit this method to resell properties. If you purchase such a house, even as the legal owner, you won't be able to move in immediately. Therefore, before making any payments, be sure to check with the housing authority whether the property has any mortgages, has been seized, or has a right of residence set on it. If there is a right of residence, even if the price seems very low, don't purchase it. That's all for today. If you enjoy our content, please remember to like, subscribe, leave a comment, or share it with your friends. We appreciate your support, and we'll see you next time.